Hello children, your exams are fast approaching, and to help you with the same, we have got NCERT Solution for Crop Production and Management Class 8, Chapter 1, Biology. So the first question is a simple fill in the blanks. They have given you help words which you need to select the options from. The same kind of plants grown and cultivated on a large scale at a place is called a crop. You cannot call the plants that are growing in your garden as crop, right? Part B, the first step before growing crops is, the first step before growing crops is called preparation of soil. Preparation of soil, right? Bit C, damaged seeds would float on top of water. They would float because they are hollow. D, for growing a crop, sufficient sunlight, water, and nutrients from the soil are essential. Now let's look at the second question, which is a simple match the following. There is an additional option given in group B just to confuse you. Kharif crops are paddy and maize. They require more water. Rabi crop are wheat, gram, and peas. Chemical fertilizer is urea and superphosphate. Organic manure are animal excreta, cow dung, etc. Right, children? So you can otherwise name it as well. Organic manure 4 comes here. In school, you should obviously number it. I was just doing it for ease of your understanding, right? Urea and all are chemical fertilizers. Wheat is a rabi crop, and paddy is the kharif crop. Okay? So now this was easy. Now let's come to the third question. The third question is asking for examples of kharif and rabi crop. So examples of kharif and rabi crop, you have to remember this because this question comes in multiple fashion. Rabi crops, the example are wheat, gram, pea, and linseeds. Kharif crop, the examples are paddy, maize, soybean, groundnut, cotton. Right, children? Now, the fourth question is a little lengthy question, which is asking you to write a paragraph in your own words. According to the number of marks that the question is for, please elaborate on the topic that has been provided. The first one is asking you to write about preparation of soil. Now, there are two theories behind it. Some schools teach plowing and leveling only under plowing preparation of soil, and some schools also include addition of manures. So accordingly, you can choose to only use plowing and leveling under preparation of soil. Consider addition of manures as a separate topic, or consider manures addition as the same topic itself. But preparation of soil will definitely include plowing and leveling. Plowing loosens the soil and it is essential for root penetration into the soil. It allows the roots to breathe. The loose soil is also allowing the earthworms growth, right? Which are the friends of farmer. Now, to add and increase the fertility of soil, we either use manure or fertilizers according to the necessity of the soil. B, sowing. Sowing is an important process in crop production. You have to select healthy seeds first. Healthy seeds are selected, and then there are two methods: broadcasting. Broadcasting is the traditional method that they are talking about is broadcasting, and seed drill is the modern method, right? They have their advantages, and if in case asked to elaborate, you can do that. Weeding. Weeding is removal of unnecessary plants. Removal of unnecessary plants because they compete with These plants compete with the main crop for sunlight, water and nutrients. Now, the ways in which the weeding can be done, weeding can be done manually, or by using weedicides. The D option is threshing. Threshing is removal of seeds, removal of the harvest, the actual product, the removal of seeds from the stalk. Here seed is grains, actually the grains which are seeds or grains, removal of grains from the stalk is called threshing. Let's write grains because actually grains are a form of seed, but then let's be more specific here and let's just replace it by grains. Now this can be done in many fashion. You can do threshing manually by hitting the crop on a rough surface, or nowadays thresher is being used. That can also be mentioned in your answer. The fifth question is asking you to differentiate between manure and fertilizer, which is also presented as a table in NCERT. You can always write the answer in tabulated manner. Manure are organic substance, fertilizers are inorganic substance. Manure are made with the help of microbes and fertilizers are made in factories. Nutrients are not in plenty, they are not nutrient specific. Manures, but fertilizers are nutrient specific. Thus, manures are needed in large quantities, but fertilizers are needed in small quantities. It is easy for manure to be transported and, it is not easy for manure to be transported, stored and applied because they are required in large quantities. When you require something in large quantities, it is difficult for you to store it and transport it and even apply it. But because fertilizers are required in small quantities, it is easy for us to handle, transport and store them. We also need manures in large quantities, but they do not harm the plant, even if you apply it in large quantities. Fertilizers, on the other hand, in case you apply it in large quantities, it is gonna harm the plant. Now let's come to the next question, the sixth question. What is irrigation? So supply of water to the crop plants at regular intervals is known as irrigation. Different plant, different requirement. So you have drip irrigation system and sprinkler system, which can save water during irrigation, right? So that can also be mentioned. Seventh question. If wheat is sown in the Kharif season, what would happen? Wheat will not grow properly in case sown in Kharif season. The produce will be poor. Because you will be growing it in a completely different season. It needs the right season to grow in. Now, Explain how soil gets affected by continuous plantation of crops in the field. Soil gets deprived of nutrients due to continuous plantation of crops, and thus nutrients needs to be provided in form of fertilizers and manures. There are many natural methods as well. In case the question is for larger number, you need to mention them too, as crop rotation and leaving the field without any crop for a longer time. All that also needs to be mentioned. So soil will be deprived of nutrients, and we need to add fertilizers and manures. Next question is, what are weeds and how can we control them? Weeds are the unwanted plant, and the controlling methods are by hands and by using weedicide, which has been explained in the question above. Coming to the 10th question, which says, arrange the following boxes in proper order to make a flowchart of sugarcane crop production. The proper order for any crop is preparation of soil, plowing the field, sowing, manuring, irrigation, harvesting, and sending crop to sugar factory. Yes, that is how any crop, in case it is not sugarcane, even then it will be taken care of. The last question is a very interesting puzzle. This has already been solved by me here for your convenience. Providing water to crops is irrigation. Keeping crop grains for a long time under proper, it's the proper circumstances is storage. Then you have the fifth one, which says a certain plant, same kind grown in a large scale, is crop. And a machine used for cutting the mature crop is called harvester. A rabi crop, that is also one of the pulses. Gram, right, that is the fourth one. And a process of separating grain from chaff is winnowing. That's all for you, children. All the best for your exam.